amazing people who come to my channel and watch my videos. What's up? I graduate in 8 days. I graduate in 8 days. I graduate in 8 days. Stomp the devil down. Stomp the devil down. Stomp the devil down. Stomp the devil down. Period. What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? As you guys can see, I'm back with another motherfucking video. Okay. So, as you guys know, with me graduating in 8 days, there have been a lot of questions coming in lately about my college experience and about what I've been going through in college and about how college was for me and this, and that. So, last week I addressed some things that I've learned in college. This week I'm going to address why I transferred from my HBCU to a PWI and how the transition was for me. There are a lot of people who have asked this question, so buckle in because we about to tell a story. Okay, so as many of you know, I went to Alabama State University, excuse me, the illustrious Alabama State University in Montgomery, Alabama. I went there my freshman year and my sophomore year of college. Now, before we get into it, I think it's just wonderful. I think it's just needed that I say, I never planned on going to college in the first place. At all. That was never in my handbook. When I looked at my life story, I was not like, okay, graduate college, this. That was never in my story. I never wanted to go to college. When I did decide that I wanted to go to college, I applied for some acting schools, but those acting schools, you know, they cost a pretty penny, and none of them were trying to give me full scholarships. So your girl had to be like, no. Then my mom was like, yo, either you're gonna go to college or you're gonna get a job. Getting a job was not on my forte, so I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and find me a nice little college to go to. So I applied for like 2 colleges in Atlanta that did not accept me. You know, whatever, it's fine. They didn't, like, I didn't want them anyway. Ended up applying to go to Alabama State University. Got in like 2 weeks before the semester started, so I went ahead, got all my stuff together, drove down to Montgomery, Alabama, and boom, you have a nice little freshman in Montgomery, Alabama, ready to start her college career. College started off for like the first 2 days. I was scared. I was like, this is not for me. I don't know nobody. I ain't meeting nobody. Like, this is ugly. I don't even want to go in my room. Like, I'm finna just eat the Rice Krispie treats that they got me in. And I can't do this. 3rd day, we had a nice little party. Boom. My bad, y'all. Boom, boom, boom. College for me at Alabama State was great. I met some of my best friends in the world at Alabama State University. Alabama taught me some amazing things. I got to meet some amazing people. I've been through heartbreaks at Alabama. Dudes that ain't nothing in Alabama. I broke some hearts in Alabama, you know what I'm saying? College, my first 2 years of college, I went through a lot in a short span of 2 years. Like, I grew. I was like here, and then I grew here. So going to my HBCU was amazing. It's amazing to be around people who look like you all the time, teachers who look like you, people who just want you to win, people who just want you to prosper. Going to an HBCU is, I have always said this, I recommend any black kid, like if you're going to go to college, spend at least 1 semester at an HBCU, because there's honestly nothing like it. There's nothing like going to an HBCU. There's nothing like that feel. There's nothing like that feeling of just unity in everything that you do everywhere you go. Y'all gonna fail together, y'all gonna ride together, y'all gonna party together, y'all gonna cry together, y'all are gonna eat, y'all can do everything together. There's nothing like going to an HBCU. So the reason that I transferred from my HBCU wasn't necessarily because I wasn't happy with what I was learning there. There was a specific incident that happened where I was sexually assaulted by a young man, and when I came out and told people about what happened to me, the people in my specific department, they did not believe what happened to me, because me and the young man were friends, and because we had texted before, and this and that. And it was just a lot like weighing down on me. So that is the main reason why I transferred from my HBCU to another school. It didn't have anything to do with the fact that, you know, I didn't want to be at an HBCU anymore. Like, it wasn't about that. Another reason that I transferred, another main reason, is because for what I want to do in my life, there weren't really a lot of opportunities for me to do that in Montgomery. Not to say that Montgomery isn't a great place, it is, but for me personally, for my career, for my life, there just weren't a lot of things that for me that were propelling me forward and making me feel like I was going somewhere in my future. It was also a sense of I in a way, in my skills, I felt like I wasn't growing. I felt like there was a lot of criticism from people who hadn't really constructed things, and I'm not necessarily talking about the faculty or the students, just people in general. When you're in a small place, when you're at a place where everybody wants the same thing, there can be a lot of shark, and not a lot of help. So I just felt like there were a couple of things for me personally that were not really benefiting me. Now, that's not to say that Alabama State is not a great school, because it is. I plan on going back to speak one day. Like, it was amazing. That school is amazing. Alabama State has created some of the best people in the world. Like, I know some people graduating from Alabama State who are amazing. Not to mention they have some fine boys, but that's a whole nother story. So yeah, that's the main reason. Those are the main reasons why I decided to transfer from my HBCU. Now, I know a lot of you are asking, well, why didn't you just transfer to another HBCU? You live right in the middle of Atlanta. You could have went to Clark. You could have went to Spelman. Spelman cost way too much for me to go to Spelman. That's why I didn't go to Spelman. Clark Atlanta, their program wasn't really what I particularly wanted to do in my field. It didn't really have what I wanted per se. And also I kind of just wanted to experience something a little different. For 2 years I had been around nothing but my people. I had, you know, been to the parties, I had done this, I had done that, and I kind of wanted to see what it felt like to be submerged back into quote unquote the real world, where you're going to be working with people who don't necessarily look like you or think like you or act like you. So that's another reason why I chose to go to a PWI rather than an HBCU. Now, for me, the transition from HBCU to PWI, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. Mostly because this was right after, you know, the whole sexual assault thing happened. So I was still going through a season of healing. So I was very alone. I was very by myself. I was very, I don't really want to talk to anybody, get to know anybody. I just want to get my degree and go. That was the first semester, and it was very hard for me. But as I began to get into it, like my second semester at Georgia State, you know, I started to settle in a little bit more. I started to find my clique of people, find some friends, find some people who I could hang out with if I was bored, find some people who I could work with, find some people who I could talk to. It started to get a lot easier, and slowly but surely I started realizing that, you know, it ain't just all about black people. You know, there are some other races, believe it or not, black people that are pretty lit. They're pretty good people. So yeah, it was very interesting going from only having like black friends and black people to, oh, now I got some Indian friends, now I got some white friends, now I got some Hispanic friends. Like now everybody is just in here, we just one big boiling pot. So that was something that was not that I grew up, mind you, I grew up like in very diverse places, Hispanics, white people, everybody. But honestly, going to an HBCU for those 2 years, it will make you forget that there are other people in this world who don't look like you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was my transition was very hard at first, and I think that it's important that I'm honest about that, because I feel like sometimes people will make it seem like when you make transitions and when you make decisions for yourself that it will always be easy, and that's not necessarily the case, because I'm a prime example. Things are not always, even if it's a decision for yourself, it's not always easy to do or to make. So yeah, that's pretty much my story, why I transferred from an HBCU to a PWI. And how the transition was for me. It was very hard at first, but it became easier as I started to find my clique, find my people, and stop looking so much at what my college career used to be, and then start looking at, okay, what can I do now? And then being in Atlanta, you meet a lot of different people. You start going to a lot of different events. You start seeing new faces. You start seeing the same faces. And it just becomes easier. So my suggestion to anyone who is looking at transferring schools, whether it's to a HBCU, PWI, community college, whatever it is, Make the decision for you. Don't make the decision for anyone else, and be unapologetic about what you do and how you choose to deal with the transition. So yeah, that's my little snippet of advice for today. I hope that you guys enjoy it. Maybe next week I will talk a little bit more about what I've learned since I've been in college, or how I've grown since I've been in college, some experiences that I've gone through since I've been in college, something like that. I don't know, who knows. But make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, so I'm gonna go eat my fruit snacks and go live my life. Bye, y'all.